Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. Hope you had a nice day yesterday. Let's get started. So we'll start with our head stretch, our neck stretch. So just going to tip the head over to one side, take the hand across, let the hand drop towards the head, drop towards that ear, reaching the other arm away. Just taking nice deep breaths. Then we're going to swap sides, we're tipping over. Take the hand across, reach the arm away, deep breaths. One more time each side, tipping over. Hand is across, reach away. Last time, tip over, hand is across, reach away. Good, from now on to go onto your mat, laying down. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Good. So we're going to lay on our backs, just for our breathing. So as you're laying down, we're going to find our neutral position. So feet on the floor, knees are bent. Those arms rest down beside you. You want to have that slight curve underneath your lower back. So just big enough to be able to get part of your hand underneath. And we're just going to be taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of those hips. So you're keeping them nice and level. Imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So your chest is nice and open, shoulders are away from the ears. Keeping the weight evenly placed to your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just gently tightening through the tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I want you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. Releasing out. So as we're tucking under, we're trying to find that nice strong flat back position. Using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. Try and avoid squeezing that bottom. On this next one, let's hold that flattened position. So as you're holding your flat back position, keeping that back into the floor, we're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, I want you to tighten all the way in with your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. And we release. So as you're tightening, you're thinking of that sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So you should feel as though those tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're halving this contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping this upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. If you are feeling really tense through the upper body, just turn your palms up towards the ceiling. You're pulling your tummy all the way down towards your spine. Keeping that weight even through your feet. So remember, big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to half one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel really nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring those legs up into tabletop. So get your knees up above your hips, shins parallel to the ceiling, and then glue those legs together. From here, as you breathe out, we're going to tip both legs over to one side, releasing one hip from the floor. Inhale to the center. And we're swapping sides. We're going to tip over, releasing that hip. and back to the centre. Tipping over. And centre. Tipping over. And centre. So although one hip is releasing from the floor, you want to keep both shoulders in contact with your mat. Use your tummy to take those legs over to the side. To bring you back to the centre, you should find your flat back position, and again onto the other side. Let's take 2 more on each side. We're tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. Last one on each side. Tipping over and centre. You're tipping over and centre. From there, hug those knees in towards your chest. Just take a little rock from side to side. And we're going to go on to our hands and knees for our stretch through our back. So take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and your tummy is nice and tight into here. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under so you start to curve through the back. Arching your spine, the head drops. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis go back out to your start position. You're going through the spine. Your head is the last thing to lift. Tucking under to curve. Arching your back. Dropping the head, you hold. Releasing out through the spine. And your head is the last thing to lift. So we want to get lots of movement through that back. Working into each section piece by piece. So think about moving each vertebrae one by one. So as we're curving our back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. As you're releasing out to your start position, let those shoulders come away from the ears. Let's take 2 more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. And the head lifts. We're going to go one more time. Sucking under to curve. Arching the back. Drop the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. Lifting up. Push yourself back into a shell stretch, bottom towards the feet. Reaching those arms out. Now we're going to be going on to our sides for our chest opening stretch. So taking your legs one on top of the other with the knees bent. Arms are nice and long with the hands down palm to palm. So the top arm is going to lift up, taking your fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you as you twist your upper body towards the opposite wall. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Come back up and over. Down palm to palm. So these legs are staying glued together and grounded. Taking nice deep breaths. You're stretching the arm from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. So you get this nice open position to your chest. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. Making sure you've got a good range of movement through the neck. Let's take 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twist away. We hold. And then lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. This is the last one here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over. So come down palm to palm. So from there we're swapping sides. So you can either roll over to face the other way or change the end of your mat that you're laying at. So again, resting down, these legs are one on top of the other, arms are nice and long, palm to palm. Lift that top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here, take that stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So remember, we want to have those legs glued together. And grounded, getting this twist in your waist. Stretching through the fingertips all the way into your armpits. Opening up in your chest. Nice deep breaths. Keep looking at that hand for as long as you can. So remember, we want a nice range of movement through the neck. Two more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. We're lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. One more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold. We're lifting back, up and over to come down palm to palm. So from there we come into a nice full body stretch, reaching those arms and legs long and away. And then we're going to be going on to our backs. If you need a drink, then grab one. I'll just set my mat up. So, as you're laying on your back, you want to have those knees bent, feet on the floor. We're in neutral, so you've got that slight curve in the lower back. You're bringing those hands down beside you. We're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale, lift the shoulders from the floor, reach those arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Control back down. So we're using the tummy muscles to lift us. You're pulling your belly button all the way down. Using this chin to chest position to keep the neck relaxed. Big nod of the head, then you're tightening to lift. Reaching the arms really long, which will help to keep those shoulders down and away. Use the pelvic floor, nice deep breaths. Let's take two more here before we add some more movement in. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. We lift, holding. Control back down. So what we're going to be doing here is still lifting up. I'm going to reach over towards the ankle with the hand on the same side. So you're hinging through your waist. Come back to the center, relaxing back down. Chin to chest, lifting up. We're hinging over, back to the the centre and down. So remember that chin to chest position, still keeping the neck nice and relaxed. You can of course support behind the head here if you need to. Just taking one arm away as you reach over. Control back down, remember the shoulders are down and away. Make sure the arm is long, that's reaching, tighten the pelvic floor. 2 more on each side, we're reaching over, centre and down. Chin to chest and lift. We reach, centre and down. Last one on each side, chin to chest and lift. Reaching back to the centre and down. Last one, chin to chest. We lift, reach, centre and down. From there, just hug those knees in towards your chest. And then you're going to be either on your front or on your knees, whichever you prefer. Remember to just grab yourself a drink if you need one. So I'll come forward so that I'm in shot and not cutting off my head. So, if you don't like kneeling, if you don't like bearing weight on your knees, then you can go into a laying position, nice and long, hands mat width apart. If you're okay with kneeling, then we're kneeling nice and tall, knees are underneath your hips, quite close together, and you want to just have those arms relaxed, get the shoulders away from the ears. Slight tucking in of your chin, just to make sure that you're not throwing your head back. And if you know that you do really suffer from cramp in those lower legs, just tuck those toes under, which will help to lengthen. So from here, as you breathe in, take a really nice pull in of your tummy, hinging through your knees to lean back. Exhale, squeeze your bottom to lift. We're hinging back, squeeze to lift. Hinge and lean back, squeeze to lift. So my lean back is really small here. You can make yours much bigger if you want to, and if you do, you'll really fire up through the front of those thighs. Inhale back, exhale, relaxing those shoulders. So tummy should be nice and tightened the whole time. Got 2 more here, then we'll add some more movement in. Inhale back, exhale lift. Last one, inhale back, exhale. Good. From there, if you're on your fronts, then you're going to go into alternating with your lifting. If you're on your knees and you take those hands in front of your chest, as you lean, you're adding a slight twist towards the opposite corner and back up. Inhale, twist and lean. Exhale, lift. Inhale, twist and lean. So still using your tummy muscles to take you back, bottom to push you forwards. That twist and lean can still be as big or as small as you want to make it. But remember, you're just working to where you're able to go. Two more on each side. We're leaning back and twist and centre lean back and twist. And centre, one more time each side, lean back and twist. And centre, lean back and twist. And centre. From there, whichever movement you've been using, you're going to push yourself back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet. Arms are reaching forwards. And then we're going to be on our backs for the 100. Again, grab yourself a drink if you need one. So as you come onto your back, just find yourself a nice, comfortable position. So I've just seen a massive spider in the corner of my garage. We want to be in a flat back position. Just stay comfortable wherever you are. I'll talk you through and then we'll go all together. So you're going to be in a nice, strong, flat back position. From there, I want you to lift both of your legs up into tabletop. So your knees are above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself more, then just start to bring those legs, or the knees, sorry, away from your body so that they're at an angle with your shins still parallel and that back still nice and flat. From there, we're going to be nodding the head, lifting the shoulders, bringing the arms nice and long, and your palms are going to face the ceiling. So you're going to be pushing up for your 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in, and 5 as you breathe out. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, you're going to then take those hands behind the head, and you're going to go into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards the legs. Just nice, strong movements, still in that chin to chest position, and your legs are still lifted. Straight from there, we're going into reaching over to the opposite knee. Again, 2 sets of 8, swapping sides each time. Then we'll relax, hug the knees in, and take a full body stretch. Okay, so find yourself that nice, strong, flat back position. Really tuck under, lose that gap. Lift those legs up to tabletop, so knees above those hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Nod the head, lift the shoulders, arms are long, palms are facing up. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind the head. We're going into those sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, tummies in, 4, 3, 2, 1, reaching across for 8, swap sides, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, hug those knees into your chest, relax your upper body down. And when you're ready, bring yourself into a full body stretch. Good, from there we're going to come into some stretches. So I'll come forwards because otherwise I'll completely cut my head out of the shot. Is that better? Yeah, just about, maybe a little bit more. So from here, if you've joined in for any other class this week, these stretches are the same. If not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to talk you through anyway. So if you really don't like kneeling and these ones are horrendous for you, just choose a different stretch that you like to do. I'm not offended, it's fine. So you're going to bring one leg in front, or one foot in front, knee is over your heel. Your underneath knee should be directly underneath your hip. Okay, so one underneath the hip, one underneath your knee. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get rid of and stretch out this slight curve that we get through the lower back. So mine, if I move my arm, is really obvious here, more prominent because of my bump. So what we're going to be doing is tucking your bottom under and forwards with those hips. You should see that this curve, so that's before, tucking under to get rid of it. And as soon as you're doing that, you should be squeezing your bottom and feel a stretch down this underneath leg, and that's the stretch that we're doing. So you're not leaning forwards or anything like that. This knee should stay over that heel. You're going to push under and forwards with the pelvis, so firing up through this front thigh into those hip flexors, the quads, squeezing in your bottom, and we're just holding here. I'll bring this arm forward so you can see that reduce in my back. You're just holding this. You should really feel it through this front thigh, or underneath thigh, sorry. Really squeezing the bottom, keeping that tucked under position. Make sure you're taking deep breaths. And relax. We're going to swap sides. I'm going to face the other way so you can see a little bit better. So you should now have the other knee under the hip, swapping over the leg you've just stretched, so the knee's on top of your heel. So remember, you're going to tuck under with your bottom, tuck forwards, so you're squeezing here and you're feeling a tightening here. Don't lean or hinge forwards, you're squeezing and tucking under. Feeling it in that front thigh. Or underneath thigh, I should say. Breathing. And relaxing there. So from there we're going to go into our pigeon stretch. I know that's one that you either really love or you really hate. Hopefully you love it. So two options here. I'll show you front on, which hopefully you can see against my black leggings. You're going to either bring one leg underneath, oh you cannot see because I'm too far forwards, I'm so sorry. Either tucking one leg underneath and forward, so that is my foot. You can't see very well because it's under my belly. That's my foot there, there's my knee, and the other leg is reaching away. Or if that's too uncomfortable, your hips won't allow you to do that, you're going to step that foot forwards and let the other leg slide away. So it's completely up to you which of those you want to do, okay? Either or is absolutely fine as long as you feel comfortable. So choose the position that you want to do. From from there, you're either going to have nice long arms with the chest really lifted, or you're dropping yourself down into your forearms. I'm not really able to drop myself down that well anymore without crushing my bump. So I'm going to stay in this nice high position. And you'll feel this in different places depending on where you're tight. Today I'm really tight underneath here in this thigh, back of this thigh. So that's where I'm feeling it. Again, nice deep breaths. And relaxing there. We're going to swap sides. You haven't got to change the end of your mat, I'm just doing it so you can see what I'm doing. So we either step the leg forwards or slide it out in front. And again, just either high in that position or dropping down. So again, you might feel it in a different place. Now I'm feeling it quite in the top here. So just really depends on where you're tight. Just try and keep those shoulders down. Don't run up by the ears. And then we're going to relax there. From there, just bring yourself into a seated position. I'm just going to push my mats back together. So coming into a seated position. And we're going into our frog stretch. So taking those feet together, knees are wide. And we're going to be doing that, pushing down against your legs with your own body weight. So imagine that you're pushing with your hands. You think of your knees pushing down to the floor. And release. Pushing down to the floor. And release. Push down. And release. So you're not actually touching or pressing those legs. Just using your body weight, your muscles to push down, really opening up to these hips. Get those shoulders down. Let's take 2 more here. Pushing down. Relax. Down, relax. From there, just take hold of those feet, dropping the head down. And here, if you want to, you can press those elbows into your legs to widen that position. And then we're going to be on our hands and knees. Grab a drink if you need one. And if you usually use a weight for any arm stuff, you're going to want to grab that too. So, if you use a weight, and it doesn't matter if you don't, then you want it to be something quite light. So this is a 2 kilo kettlebell that I'm using here. You can use 1 kilo or 0.5. You can use baked bean tins, anything from your cupboard like that, that's fine. And you can also not use anything, that doesn't matter. You're still going to get a nice workout. We've done this one before, so you're going to be on your hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees into the hips. If you know you suffer from really bad wrists, you can bring yourself down onto your forearms if you want to, which will just help to relax you there. Same movement, you can still use a weight there if you need to. You'll just get less range of movement. So you're going to have the weight on one side of you, and with that hand, you're going to grab the weight and you're going to be pulling the weight in towards your hip and down, lift and down. So we're going to do 10 on each side. I'm going to show you this way on because I want you to look at my elbow. So as I'm lifting up, you shouldn't be able to see my elbow because I'm pushing it in towards my body. So think of nipping your shoulder blades in together. If you're not using a weight, it's the same thing. Your hand's in a fist and you're pulling in, and that pull is strong. You're still nipping the shoulder blades in and pushing the elbow all the way back, and that will help you to still feel that working. 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Rest. 10, 10. Okay? So we'll go all together and I'll count for you. Okay, here we go. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. Make sure you're breathing. And down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're lifting up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Swapping sides. We're lifting up and down. Up and down. You're lifting up and down. Breathe. Up and down. Lifting up and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relax there. Shake or roll those wrists if you need to. Good. We're going to go again. 10 on each side. Lifting up and down. Up and down. You're lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Other side. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relax. Take a stretch back. Roll those wrists. You don't need the weight anymore, so you can pop it to one side. We're staying on our hands and knees to go into legs. My movement might be really small here. Find this one really difficult now with my quite severe groin pain. But I'll talk you through, and if there are any queries, just send me a message. So again, either long arms or on your forearms, whichever you find more comfortable, and don't feel that you can't go onto the forearms if those wrists are sore. Knees underneath the hips. So from here, we're going to donkey kicks. You're lifting one leg up from the floor and you're pushing up towards the ceiling and coming back down. Lifting up. So the leg is, you want the leg to ideally be coming into a right angle position. It doesn't matter if that's then a little bit lower. Try not to make it really higher, but lower is fine. So we do 10 on each side, take a rest, and then go for another 10 on each side. Drop onto the forearms at any point if you need to. Here we go. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. You're pushing up and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Other side. Lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down. Halfway, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. Relax and take a roll through those wrists. And then we're going to go again on each side. Here we go. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Halfway. Lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. Other side. Lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, lift and down, lift and down, halfway, lift and down, lift and down, lifting up and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. Relax there and take a shell stretch. Push your bottom to your feet. Reach those arms out in front of you. From here we stay on our hands and knees for our knee lifts. Of course you can drop onto your forearms if your wrists are feeling sore. Knees underneath those hips, we tuck the toes under here. As you breathe out, you're going to pull that tummy in, press into the hands and the feet. The knees are lifting just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. So you're thinking that your tummy muscles are lifting you here. Your hands and your feet are just there for support. Want the head to stay in line with the rest of the body. So making sure you're not dropping the head or pushing the head too high up. So if you're on long arms, look just past those fingertips. If you're on your forearms, you're looking straight down towards that mat. Let's take 4 more here. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift up and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there. Roll through the wrists. So we're going to go into our planks. So same as we have done the last 3 days. We're going to go into our planks that are opening out and in with the hands. I'll show you front on so you can see what my arms are doing. You can do these on your forearms. It's totally fine if you need to rest those wrists, okay? So choose the position you want to be in, bring your upper body to the front of your mat. You're stepping one leg out behind you, the other leg comes out to join it. Bring yourself into a nice strong plank position. From there, you're stepping one hand out, the other hand out, one hand in, the other hand in, relaxing down. You're aiming for that shoulder width position. You don't need to come in really narrow. Okay, we're stepping back, strong plank. Come out, out, in, control down. Keep these going at your own pace. What I want to make sure that you're not doing is slamming really quickly into each position. It is control, 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 control. So you're holding the plank for a fairly long time there as you're taking these steps out. So remember to breathe. I'd rather you held it for longer and took your time. Build that strength. Make sure that those hips stay in line with the rest of the body. Don't let them drop, putting tons of pressure through that back. Should be squeezing the bottom, tightening your tummy. Keeping that head in line, don't drop, don't force the chin upwards. Just looking just ahead of yourself. Keep it nice and controlled. As you're doing those movements, you're going to feel like you're rocking from side to side. Don't worry about that, I don't mind. I want you to just have that position out, out, in, never going to stay rock solid in the centre. You're going to feel that rocking, and it will feel worse than it actually looks. Let's take 2 more here. Step back, strong plank. Come out, out, in, relax. 1 more here, step back, long line. Out, out, in, relaxing there. Take a nice stretch back and roll through those wrists. And now we're going to come into our stretch. Okay. So just done a lot of work on the hands and knees. Just going to bring one arm out in front, hold onto the fingers and pull them back. So you should feel that stretching a little bit more through the wrist. If you don't really feel that stretch, you can take that hand to the floor so that your fingers point back towards your body and the inside of your wrist is facing forwards. Whichever one you would prefer. We're going to swap sides, so either lifting the arm in front, pulling those fingers back, or placing the hand on the floor with your fingertips facing your body, the inside of your wrist facing away. If you can do this one, it's a really nice one to stretch all the way up that inner arm. And from there, I'm just going to take a nice roll back of those shoulders. And forwards. Take the arms out to the side, so we're going to lift up and stretch over. Come back to the centre. We're lifting up and we're stretching over. Come back to the centre one more time on each side. Lift up and over. Back to the centre. We're lifting up and over. Back to the centre. Relaxing. That's the end of today's session. Oh. Sorry, I think I just lost connection there for a moment. I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant. Not a rant, sorry, that's the wrong word. A waffle, that's the word I'm looking for. So I've been saying this basically every day, just to remind people and reiterate when we're finishing. So I keep getting a little bit confused with my dates, so I apologise if I've given you the wrong information. I'm going to run these sessions up until the end of August. So I think the last one falls on Friday the 29th of August. So there's still 3 more weeks left. If you were already a client of mine before we went into lockdown, then you should have had a message from me. If you haven't had a message, however I usually get a hold of you, then please drop me a message to let me know and I'll send you those details. There will be a further one going out next week or maybe tomorrow, just going through classes and things like that. If you are a new client that started just in lockdown, or you used to be a client of mine and you rejoined during lockdown, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you everyone for joining me. It's been really nice to have all of your support. These classes have been just as much of a godsend to me, keeping me moving and active in my pregnancy and giving me something to do, as obviously I haven't been able to work. And unfortunately we've come out of lockdown in my last trimester, which is when I'm then considered somebody who needs to be a bit more careful. But I hope you've enjoyed the sessions. Please remember that even when these sessions finish, and even once I've had the baby, feel free to contact me with any questions or queries that you have. I'll be more than happy to get back to you and help you. It might just take me a little bit longer than it usually would. So please don't hesitate to contact me. Don't think that I'll be too busy or won't want to hear from you, because I really will. And yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now, a little bit shorter than I've done the last few days. But I hope you'll have a lovely day today and that you've enjoyed all the sessions, and I will see you very soon. Take care and bye-bye.